This movie is unique in pretty much all ways and all styles. What drew you to the picture, and then what made you want to create it and want to write it?
Why don't you go first?
Well, what made me want to create?
My answer is short. I wanted to do it because it was so different. I never read anything like this. Even if there wasn't a part for me, I would definitely go see a movie like this because I love movies where I don't know what's going to happen next, and that's more rare these days.
And I wanted to create a movie where one day Mark Hamill would be saying something like that. No, I don't know. I think like there's a who does? I mean, like if you're into film or movie making and you're a kid, like you want to someday make your movie, and this was that. And this is an idea that has kind of been gestating in my brain for so long, and it became a reality. So it's a dream.
How long ago did you first think of it? Because
it's 2017, right?
Yeah.
Summer of 2017. I think the seeds probably began to sprout in, I'm going to say 2010.
Did you ever think you'd get a cast like this? I mean, talk about an all-star.
Yeah.
I mean, every role has somebody that has a credit to them.
You hope for it, you know what I mean? And like, we're fortunate in the sense that we had a cool package, I think. With the script was what it was what Kevin and I wrote. But then like Lonely Island produced, Lord and Miller produced. Obviously, I have like an SNL connection, and so does Dave, the director. And I'd like to think that played a part in getting actors excited about it. But then I think also people just thought the script was different. And but it's crazy how you go through this casting process and you don't know who you're going to be able to get, and you don't know who's going to be willing to do it. But somehow, I feel like we ended up with the perfect cast, and I can't imagine anyone else playing these parts.
My favorite part of the film was the VHS footage. How much fun was that creating, and how much of it was on the fly?
I love like that low production, like video style. I mean, it was pretty planned out because it's a low budget feature, so we have limited time to get what we're gonna get. But yeah, we shot. It's all practical. We had TV cameras that shot on maybe VHS from like the 80s or something like that, shooting it. We had the practical bear suit, Sun Snatcher. It was like being like some low-rent TV producer in 1990 or something like that.
And you're going to have people looking at Sun Snatcher and saying, how much did the CGI did that cost? You know what it was? It was built, the mask was built into a flat.
So you stood behind it?
I stood behind it and just pushed my face through the eye holes and the mouth holes. Again, the ingenuity is tremendous because it looks great for what we're doing. I mean, it's probably the way they would have done it in the 80s if they were really producing a show like that. So it's really clever the way they were able to accomplish all that. And that's my favorite stuff. I love doing Sun Snatcher and BRIGSBY and all that.
There's a lot of comedy involved in it, but at the core, it's definitely like a character study, a coming of age, and a lot of just nostalgia and sentimental and emotional pull. How was it working that line and making sure that you never got too dark, but you also never went too far on the comedy side either and stayed kind of in the middle?
Yeah, it's certainly something we were thinking about throughout the process. But also, like, we all enjoyed the story and wanted to tell the story the best way possible, and I think we all came to the conclusion to do that, you got to play everything earnestly and honestly. We don't want to go too over the top, because to do this story justice, which is an intriguing one, what's happened to James, and also like his relation to this TV show, like that's fascinating. That's fascinating to me, Kyle Mooney. Like if this was a real thing, I would want to watch this TV show. So I think the thought was always just like, let's play this as real as possible.
And see where it takes you,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, that's the best way.